There is only one way for Luffy to teleport into another anime versus, and that is only if Kuma had powers to teleport his enemies to another dimension or in another universe. If you remember, in the Sabaody arc, Kuma sent every Straw Hat to each separate places. But what if he had an ability to teleport them to another verse? How would the other MCs react to Luffy's sudden appearance? Would Luffy take over the entire show, or would he become the MC's greatest wingman in achieving their goals? I hope Luffy enjoys this ride of a roller coaster. First anime universe, Naruto Shippuden. For starters, the first anime to pop into everyone's head when you mention a crossover with One Piece will almost always be Naruto or Dragon Balls. I mean, why not? Firstly, the moment Luffy arrives in the Naruto universe, it would cause chaos and confusion for both the Naruto characters and Luffy. Not to mention Luffy practically has no brakes in his brain to stop him from doing something idiotic. So in Luffy's point of view, his first arrival in the Naruto-verse would mean new adventures in a new land. Not to mention we all know how crazy Luffy gets whenever he arrives in a new place. He almost immediately goes out of his way and explores his surroundings. His outgoing personality is bound to attract some unwanted attention from the locals. His stretchiness would shock everyone, not to mention his unique ability to consume food at a very alarming quantity and rate causing people to panic. With reports of an outlander causing panic in the Konoha reach the people responsible for protecting the village's ears, they quickly investigate the situation. With the misunderstanding quickly rising, Luffy would find himself in a heated battle with the shinobis trying to capture him. Luffy's abilities like his gears and haki would catch his opponents off guard. Naturally, the shinobis are not pushovers, and they surprise Luffy with their cool jutsus. However, the fight is quickly resolved after Luffy explains his situation. After learning that ninjas occupy the village, Luffy loses his mind in excitement, just like the time he met Raizo in his own universe. With his charismatic personality, Luffy quickly wins over most of the shinobi, including Naruto, by showing them that he is not a threat. Additionally, sharing similar personalities and dreams of becoming the best in their respective verses, Luffy forms a strong bond with Naruto. In the end, Luffy would become one of Naruto's strongest allies, helping him attain his dreams and fighting alongside him. Second anime universe, Dragon Ball Z. The crossover between Luffy and the entire Dragon Ball world would be a sight to see. Having our lovable rubber MC train under the strongest character of all time would be really awesome. Not to mention Goku is literally Eiichiro Oda's inspiration when he created Luffy. In his first appearance in the Dragon Ball universe, it is unavoidable that Luffy would end up causing trouble. Sensing a strong presence in the area, Goku would immediately go and try to investigate the source of this new foreign energy. Seeing Luffy run around admiring his cool new surroundings, Goku would stop him and start questioning Luffy who and where he was from. Now I know you know what will happen next after the questioning. It's obviously going to be a fight between Goku and Luffy. With Goku's thirst for battling strong individuals, he challenges Luffy to a duel. As they gauge each other's abilities, Luffy shocks Goku with his peculiar powers. His ability to stretch his body and great resistance to blunt attacks like punching and kicking catches Goku off guard multiple times. Impressed by Luffy's abilities, Goku kicks it up a notch and starts to dog-walk Luffy in the end. With his superior martial arts knowledge and overwhelming strength, he wins the duel without a hitch. With his loss, Luffy is amazed by how strong Goku is and becomes determined to train under him. During their training, Goku teaches Luffy about Kai control and various martial arts forms, greatly increasing Luffy's potential as a fighter. On the other hand, Luffy also teaches Goku a few tricks like armament haki and observation haki. The two quickly master their new techniques, raising their abilities to higher levels. During Luffy's stay in the Dragon Ball universe, he has the chance to fight against overwhelmingly strong opponents left and right. And with every fight, Luffy grows exponentially, absorbing every lesson this new world throws at him. In the end, with their shared similar personalities and love for combat, Luffy and Goku would become good friends. Not to mention the eating contest they would have every now and then. This would not even be a joke, since in all of anime, both Goku and Luffy are well known for their insane appetite. Both characters would not hesitate to put food in their mouths at all. I mean, we all see Luffy devour a huge quantity of food while sleeping, while Goku has been notorious for clearing out restaurants in a blink of an eye. Long story short, I believe Luffy would love being teleported into the Dragon Ball universe and being around people who make Kaido and Big Mom look like your average fighters. Third anime universe, Demon Slayer. This is one of the best scenarios that I could think of. Seeing Luffy interact with one of the characters with the purest soul would be an amazing sight to see. Both characters are known to be one of the most innocent people in the anime world. You don't believe me? It was showcased in the Mugen Train movie how Tanjiro's soul was so peaceful and calm. On the other hand, Luffy was known to be the only person other than Goku to be able to ride the flying Nimbus based on the crossover between One Piece and Dragon Ball. That simple fact of Luffy Riding the flying Nimbus, even though he's a pirate, means he is pure of heart. But back to the topic. If Luffy were to be transported into the Demon Slayer universe, the series would be finished very quickly. Gaining Luffy as the Demon Slayer core ally would be a huge advantage against Muzan. With Luffy fighting alongside the Demon Slayers, I'd say the hardships Tanjiro would have to face throughout the series would be extremely low. While it's true that swords aren't Luffy's strong suit, and you need Nichiren blades or weapons to kill demons permanently, Luffy is just him. With his armament, observation, and Conqueror's haki, he's a beast leagues above the strongest demon you could ever think of. Not to mention his great resistance to blunt attacks, and his gears make him a formidable opponent. Imagine Luffy hitting Muzan with a Gomu Gomu no Red Hawk to the stomach like Hody Jones. I doubt Muzan would be able to shrug it off like it's nothing. Also, let's not forget Luffy outscales every single Upper Moon, Hashira, and even Muzan by a lot. Post-time skip Luffy was able to dodge a laser beam and one-shot a pacifista like it was nothing. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So if I were Muzan and I caught wind of the Demon Slayer Corps recruiting a rubbery fellow with a red shirt and straw hat, I'd gladly stand under the sun and quit immediately. Because the moment Tanjiro gives Luffy food and tells him his story, Muzan is certainly done for. In the end, Luffy would end up helping Tanjiro and the others defeat Muzan, just like how he helps all the islands he's been to. Also, imagine Luffy teaching the Demon Slayers haki, and them teaching Luffy breathing techniques. That would be dope as heck. Fourth anime universe. In the Toriko universe, food is essentially life. With Luffy's strength and abilities, he and Toriko could take down any opponent that they might face. And by opponent, I mean food, because food in Toriko's world literally puts up one heck of a fight. Not to mention this universe would quite literally be Luffy's ideal paradise. Luffy would inevitably forge strong bonds with people like Toriko, with their shared love for food, combat, and adventure. Luffy would become one of Toriko's greatest companions as they travel the gourmet world. With Luffy's strength, taking down strong beasts and finishing tasks would become 100 times easier. But well, in case you don't know, a crossover between Toriko, Goku, and Luffy has already happened in the past. The possibility of Luffy staying in Toriko's universe would not be zero, but let's not forget Luffy has his own dream to conquer. No amount of meat could ever force Luffy to abandon his goals, but Luffy does have a huge tendency to be distracted by food, so hearing Toriko wanting to create the ultimate meal, Luffy would shortly share the same goal with Toriko, which is to capture the most precious ingredients and create a meal that will blow everyone's mind, pressing pause on his dream to be the Pirate King for a while. I mean, I seriously see Luffy riding the same dreamboat as Toriko, just so he can get a taste of the ultimate meal in the end. Fifth anime universe. Gintama. Now saving the best for last, we have this one. If I were to choose which universe should Luffy be teleported to, my top pick would be the Gintama universe. Why? Because Gintama is literally the best place where Luffy can have all of the craziest adventures ever. With the comical background of this legendary show, Luffy would fit in quite nicely. I can see both Luffy and Gintama going off into the sunset, going on crazy-ass adventures without anybody being able to stop them. Here the possibilities are endless. Luffy might accidentally find the One Piece while they're trying to hunt for food. The point is, Gintama is one of those shows that have no general flow to it. It just exists because it wants to, and it's fun. With all the wacky and zany characters floating around in the show, and all the odd and thrilling adventures they have, I can totally see Luffy being one of the major characters in the series by accident. I mean, looking back, all of the crazy adventures the Straw Hats have had over the years was all because of Luffy doing something reckless or stupid. With the addition of aliens, samurais, and futuristic technology, the amount of recklessness and adventures Luffy would have alongside Gintama, Shinpachi, and Kagura would be catastrophically hilarious on epic proportions. Well, that's about it. These are my thoughts on what if I teleported Luffy to other anime universes. But what do you think would happen? If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this one.